There comes a moment in life when you have to stop asking, when will my life change, and start asking, when will I change my life? Think about that question for a moment. How many times have you told yourself, I will start tomorrow? I will work harder next week. I will learn English when I have more time. I will exercise when life becomes easier. I will chase my dream when I feel ready. Tomorrow, next week, next month, someday. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Someday is not a day on the calendar. And if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you may spend your entire life waiting. You are not always stuck because you lack talent. You are not always stuck because you lack opportunities. Sometimes you are stuck because you keep negotiating with yourself. You know what you need to do, but you keep giving yourself another excuse. You know you should study, you scroll. You know you should work, you delay. You know you should practice. You say, I am tired. You know you should start. You say, I am not ready. And every time you choose an excuse, something inside you becomes weaker. Not immediately, not dramatically, but slowly. One delay becomes a habit. One habit becomes a lifestyle. And eventually you wake up one morning and realize that years have passed. Your dream is still there, but you are still standing in the same place. So today I want you to make a decision, not tomorrow, not next week. Today, stop waiting. Stop negotiating with your potential. Stop asking for permission to become the person you know you can become. Because your future is being created by what you repeatedly do today. Welcome to English Gateway. If you are ready to become stronger, more disciplined, more confident and more focused, stay with me until the end, because this is not just a motivational speech. This is a wake-up call. Lesson 1. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Most people are waiting for something. They are waiting for more money, more confidence, more knowledge, more support, more time, better circumstances, a better opportunity. But life rarely gives you perfect conditions. There will always be something missing. There will always be another problem. There will always be another reason to wait. If you wait until everything is perfect, you may never begin. Look at the people who actually change their lives. They usually do not start with everything they need. They start with what they have. One book, one skill, 1 hour, one opportunity, one decision, one small step. That is how transformation begins, not with a perfect life, with an imperfect decision. Maybe your English is not perfect. Speak anyway. Maybe you are not confident. Practice anyway. Maybe you have failed before. Try again. Maybe people do not believe in you. Keep building. You do not need to feel ready before you begin. Sometimes beginning is what makes you ready. Confidence does not always come before action. Sometimes confidence comes because of action. You speak English. You make mistakes. You learn. You speak again. You become better. You practice again. And slowly, something changes. You begin to believe in yourself. That is why you cannot wait for confidence. You have to build it. You cannot wait for discipline. You have to practice it. You cannot wait for success. You have to work toward it. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The moment you have right now is enough to take the next step. Lesson 2. Discipline must become stronger than your mood. Motivation feels amazing. You watch a powerful video. You feel unstoppable. You make a plan. You feel excited. You promise yourself, from tomorrow, everything will change. Then tomorrow arrives. You wake up tired. Your phone is beside you. The weather is bad. You do not feel motivated. And suddenly the promise disappears. Why? Because motivation is temporary. Your mood changes. Your energy changes. Your emotions change. But discipline says, I will do it anyway. That is the difference. You do not need to feel motivated every day. You need to become the kind of person who keeps going, even when motivation disappears. If you plan to study English for 30 minutes, study. If you plan to exercise, exercise. If you plan to work on your dream, work. Not because you feel like it, because you made a commitment. Your future does not care about your mood. Your goals do not care whether you woke up feeling excited. Your dreams respond to action. That is why discipline is powerful. Discipline says, I am tired, but I will do something. I am afraid, but I will try. I failed, but I will learn. I do not feel ready, but I will begin. This is how ordinary people become extraordinary. Not through one giant moment, through hundreds of small decisions. A person who studies every day becomes knowledgeable. A person who trains every day becomes stronger. A person who practices every day becomes skilled. A person who works every day becomes dangerous to their old limitations. So remember this. Do not build your life around how you feel. Build your life around what matters. Lesson 3. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. One of the fastest ways to destroy your confidence is comparison. You look at someone who speaks perfect English, someone who has money, someone who has a successful business, someone who has a great body, someone who has millions of followers, and you look at yourself and think, I am behind. But behind whom? Everyone has a different starting point. You do not know how many years that person struggled. You do not know how many failures they experienced. You do not know how many nights they worked while nobody noticed. You are seeing their results. You are not seeing their entire journey. So stop comparing your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. Your responsibility is simple. Become better than yesterday. If yesterday you knew 10 English words, learn 10 more. If yesterday you practiced for 10 minutes, practice for 20. If yesterday you were afraid to speak, speak 1 sentence today. Small progress is still progress. You do not need to become amazing overnight. You need to become consistent. Because small improvement repeated long enough becomes transformation. Do not ask, why am I not there yet? Ask, what can I improve today? That question changes everything. Lesson 4. Let your results speak. There will be people who doubt you. There will be people who laugh. There will be people who tell you you cannot do it. You are not talented enough. You are wasting your time. You are dreaming too big. Sometimes the strongest response is not an argument. It is progress. Do not spend your life trying to convince everyone. Work, learn, build, improve, grow. Let your results speak. If someone says you cannot learn English, keep learning. If someone says your dream is impossible, keep working. If someone remembers your old mistakes, give them a new version of you to remember. You do not need revenge. You need growth, because the greatest answer to doubt is not anger. It is transformation. One day people may look at you and say, you have changed, and you can quietly think, yes, because I refuse to remain the same. Remember, you do not have to announce your comeback, build it. You do not have to explain your discipline, show it. You do not have to tell everyone about your dream, work on it. Silence can be powerful when it is filled with action. Lesson 5. Build a mind that does not quit. Your body gets tired. Your mind gets tired. Your emotions get tired. There will be days when you want to stop. That does not mean you are weak. It means you are human. But there is a difference between resting and quitting. Rest when you need to rest. Recover. Take a breath. Slow down. But do not throw away your dream because one season became difficult. Imagine a mountain climber. At the bottom, the mountain looks exciting. Halfway up, the legs become tired. The air becomes cold. The destination still looks far away. If the climber only looks at how far remains, fear grows. But if the climber looks back and sees how far they have already come, strength returns. Your life is the same. Sometimes you need to look back. Look at the problems you survived. Look at the failures you overcame. Look at the days you thought you could not handle, and yet you are still here. That means something. You are stronger than the version of yourself who started. So do not disrespect your progress just because the final result has not arrived. The seed does not look like a tree, but the tree is already inside the seed. Your future strength may already be inside you. You just have to keep developing it. Lesson 6. Turn pain into training. Nobody likes pain. Nobody likes failure. Nobody likes rejection. Nobody likes uncertainty, but difficulty can teach you something comfort never will. When everything is easy, you do not discover how strong you are. Pressure reveals you. Failure teaches you. Discipline shapes you. Challenges train you. The goal is not to search for suffering. The goal is to stop running from every difficult experience. Sometimes the thing you call a problem is actually training. You failed an interview? Learn from it. You made mistakes while speaking English? Learn from them. Your business failed? Study what went wrong. Someone rejected you? Improve yourself. You made a bad decision? Become wiser. Do not waste pain. Use it. Pain can either become your prison or your teacher. The choice is often yours. Say to yourself, this is difficult, but I can learn from it. This hurts, but I can grow from it. I failed, but I am not finished. That mindset can change your life. Lesson 7. Outwork. Your old self. Forget competing with everyone else for a moment. Your biggest competition may be the person you were yesterday. The lazy version of you. The fearful version of you. The distracted version of you. The version that always said, tomorrow. Outwork that person. Wake up a little earlier. Read a little more. Practice a little longer. Waste a little less time. Focus a little deeper. Improve one skill. Make one better decision. You do not have to transform your entire life tonight. You just need to win today, then win tomorrow, then win the next day. That is how a new identity is created. People often think success comes from one huge opportunity. Sometimes it does. But more often, success comes from thousands of small actions nobody notices. One page, one workout, one lesson, one phone call, 1 hour of focused work, one more attempt. One more day. That is the real game. Consistency beats intensity when intensity does not last. So stop asking how much you can do once. Ask how much you can do repeatedly, because your future is not built by your best day. It is built by your average day. Lesson 8. Protect your focus. Your attention is one of your greatest assets, and today everyone wants it. Your phone wants it. Social media wants it. Entertainment wants it. Other people's opinions want it. Distractions are everywhere, and if you give your attention to everything, you will have nothing left for your dream. You cannot build a great future with a constantly distracted mind. If you study, study. If you work, work. If you practice English, practice English. Put the phone away. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Create a quiet environment. Give your goal your full attention. You do not need to be busy all day. You need to be intentional. One focused hour can be more powerful than 5 distracted hours. Remember, being busy is not the same as making progress. You can spend all day moving and still go nowhere. So protect your focus, protect your energy, protect your goals. Not everyone deserves access to your attention. Not every argument deserves your response. Not every opinion deserves your emotional energy. Sometimes the strongest thing you can say is, I am focused on my mission. Lesson 9. Become the person your future needs. Think about the person you want to become. Not the money you want, not the car, not the house, not the followers. Think about who you want to be. Do you want to be disciplined, confident, calm, strong, knowledgeable, reliable, courageous? Now, ask yourself, what would that person do today? Would that person waste 5 hours scrolling? Would that person quit after one failure? Would that person keep making excuses? Would that person refuse to learn? Probably not. So start behaving like the person you want to become. If you want confidence, practice courage. If you want knowledge, study. If you want discipline, keep promises to yourself. If you want success, develop useful skills. If you want a better life, make better decisions. Your future identity is built through present behavior. Every decision is a vote for the person you are becoming. When you choose discipline, you vote for your stronger self. When you choose learning, you vote for your smarter self. When you choose courage, you vote for your braver self. When you choose excuses, you vote for your old self. So ask yourself every morning, who am I becoming today? Lesson 10. Make one decision today. Maybe you have been waiting for a sign. Maybe this is it. Maybe you have been waiting for someone to tell you, you can do this. So let me tell you, you can, not because your life will suddenly become easy, not because failure will disappear, not because everyone will support you, but because you can learn, you can adapt, you can practice, you can improve, you can start again, you can become stronger, you can become disciplined, you can become better than the person you were yesterday. You are not finished. Your story is not finished. Your mistakes are not your identity. Your past does not have to control your future. But something has to change. And that something is your decision. Decide that you will stop waiting. Decide that you will stop making excuses. Decide that you will take responsibility. Decide that you will learn. Decide that you will practice. Decide that you will keep going. Not forever. Just today. Win today. Tomorrow will come later. Final message. Your future is watching. Imagine yourself 5 years from today. There are 2 possible versions of you. One version looks back and says, I wish I had started. I wish I had practiced. I wish I had been more disciplined. I wish I had believed in myself. I wish I had stopped wasting time. And then there is another version, a stronger version, a wiser version, a more confident version. That person looks back and says, I am glad I started. I'm glad I kept going. I am glad I learned. I am glad I did not quit. I am glad I chose discipline. Which version will you meet? You are creating that answer right now. Not someday, not next year. Right now. Every morning you choose. Every hour you choose. Every action you choose. Your future is being built in the small moments nobody sees. So when nobody is watching, keep going. When you make a mistake, learn. When you fail, stand up. When people doubt you, stay focused. When motivation disappears, use discipline. When the road becomes difficult, remember why you started. And when your mind says, you cannot do this, answer, maybe not yet, but I am learning, I am growing, I am becoming, and I will not stop. You do not need permission to improve your life. You do not need everyone to believe in you. You do not need perfect conditions. You need a decision, one honest decision, one disciplined day, one brave step, and then another. Because a powerful life is not created in one moment. It is created by ordinary people who refuse to give up on extraordinary possibilities. So stop waiting. Stop hiding behind excuses. Stop underestimating yourself. Stop telling yourself that your time has passed. Your story is still being written. Your potential is still alive. Your future is still open. And there is still time to become the person you were meant to become. So stand up, take the next step, learn the next lesson, do the next difficult thing, and keep moving. Because one day, you will look back at this moment and realize, this was the moment I stopped waiting. This was the moment I started. This was the moment I changed. And this was the moment my future began. Do not wait for your life to change. Become the reason it changes. If this message gave you even a little strength, do not let it end with this video. Take one action today. Learn something, practice something, build something, fix something, start something. And if you are serious about improving your English, your confidence, your mindset, and your future, stay connected with English Gateway. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it today. Remember, your excuses can explain your past, but they cannot build your future. Your future needs your effort. Your future needs your discipline. Your future needs your courage, and most importantly, your future needs you to begin. So begin today, not tomorrow, today.